Welcome back to Winning Law. I'm Attorney David Nguyen with offices in Houston, Texas. And today we're going to uncover the 3 biggest lies that we hear from other immigration attorneys when they're speaking to potential customers. So if you're speaking with an immigration attorney and you hear one of these 3 things, you want to run because it shows that the immigration attorney is too inexperienced to handle your immigration case. So the first big lie concerns cost. If you speak with an experienced immigration attorney, that attorney should be able to tell you exactly how much things are going to cost. How you know this is that the government posts the filing fees on its website. And if the attorney is experienced enough, they will know exactly how much work it requires to handle that particular case. So if you meet with a client or an attorney and they're unable to give you an exact quote on how much things are going to cost, this is a surefire sign that that attorney is too new to be handling your immigration case. The second biggest lie that I see most often concerns the timeline or government processing times. Just because an immigration attorney says something doesn't mean that it's true. You should always do your homework and make sure that what the attorney is telling you is the truth. So last Thursday, someone came to my office and they told me that they spoke with several different attorneys and they want to make sure that they're hiring the best attorney, which is fair. In this situation, the person told me that he has already spoke with another attorney about the timeline and he's very familiar with it. And always with my clients or potential clients, I always tell them, let me go over the timeline again with you, because I know that a lot of attorneys out there give inaccurate timelines. So when a person comes to my office, I always pull up the timelines on the government's website and I show it to them. In this particular instance, the potential client told me that the other attorney told him that it was only going to take about 90 days before his spouse is going to receive her temporary work permit. And when I heard this, I knew that whoever was speaking with him has not filed an immigration case in a very long time. And I explained to the client that although the immigration regulations, they indicate that these work permits should be approved within 90 days, it hasn't been like that for several years. So what I did was I went to the government's website and I showed him that, I think it was back in 2017, the government came out and they said they're not going to be able to process these work permits within 90 days. So whoever was the attorney that provided him with the advice that it only takes 90 days for a work permit is really doing him a disservice, and they're giving him outdated information. Imagine the information is from 2017 and this attorney is not updated. So again, if you are reading about deadlines and timelines on the government's website and it's clear as night and day, and then someone tells you something different, you have to wonder whether or not that immigration attorney has handled many immigration cases at all, or when was the last time they handled an immigration case. Because a good attorney should be able to tell you exactly how long things are going to take. The third and final biggest lie that I hear from other immigration attorneys telling to potential clients is regarding case difficulty. So if you speak with an immigration attorney, that person should be able to tell you, based on a few questions, what your likelihood of success will be. They shouldn't tell you that the case is going to be very hard and you have to pay extra money. They shouldn't do that. They should just give you a rational reason why they feel that way. So with our office, I ask questions related to a person's family history, their immigration history, their criminal history, and their financial history. And based on these 4 things, I can usually tell whether or not a case is going to be very easy to work with and the likelihood is going to be very great, or if the likelihood is going to be very low, just based on these questions. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a testimonial from 2 of our recent clients who just went through the marriage-based green card process. They're going to tell you how uneventful it was. Everything is streamlined, everything is smooth. If you follow an experienced immigration attorney's advice, there should not be any hiccups in the road or major difficulties with your immigration case. So when you read stories online about people experiencing difficulties with their case, you have to wonder whether or not they filed the case themselves or with an inexperienced attorney, and now they're encountering all of these special issues. Again, thank you for watching Winning Law. I'm Attorney David Nguyen, and we hope that we have made immigration easier to understand.
Yes, my name is Greg.
Yes, my name is Marika. Well,
The initial interview for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you gave us that first interview. I think it was for an hour, and we didn't even have to pay you for that. And we came in, and you were just, you just talked us through and answered all the questions, and that was it for us. I didn't have any doubts.
For me, the reason why I opted to hire an attorney is because I've heard stories and I've had friends who've went through the process and one mistake and it kicked their application back. And we have a friend that has made multiple mistakes, and it keeps kicking the process back. And for me, I didn't have the time to really sit down and go through all the forms and read everything and put it together. So I figured, let the professionals do it.
Yeah.
That way it's done right the first time. And I guess it takes away the stress.
You're always updated about all the changes. You know what forms are required and what they don't use anymore. Because I remember in the process, you came back to us and you said, okay, they're not using this form anymore, so you guys don't have to do that anymore. It's like if we were doing it ourselves, we won't know that. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Our case was processed in 11 months.
Shorter, yeah.
From the time we started to the time it was done, it was just under 11 months.
Yeah. Like you would give information before every major step. Like for the biometrics, you gave instructions, and then the interview, you gave us guidance. And so for me, that was a good thing, because if we were doing it ourselves, let's say he had the time and we did the forms, still a lot of the things that you told us, you probably won't even think of to do, like the things that you should do, like the things that they look for, and you ensuring that you do it. You won't just know that on your own,
For me, the response time, the few questions that I did have, I could shoot a text to you.
Yeah,
or to
you
your
always
office,
answer your phone.
and I got a response. I've dealt with other attorneys for different things, other professionals for different things, and I hate waiting around days for a response. So that was a major plus. First thing you want to do is dress professionally.
Yeah.
We saw people coming in there and they were dressed somewhat inappropriately. Looked more like they were going to a club than going to an interview. Dress professionally, like you're going for a job interview. Just be calm, be relaxed, be honest. It was a pretty uneventful interview.
Yeah.
However, I could see where an individual may be nervous going into one of these. But if you follow the prep interview that David gives you, you'll be prepared for the interview with the processor.
Yeah, when you told us what to do when we get there, like that was it for me, because when I got there, everything that you described was accurate, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's the door. There's the one door that is the restroom, and there's only one other door that is just that door. And they're saying, what did the sign say, babe? Something.
Door number one.
Door number one. Yes, but there's just one door, and you told us all of that. So when we were there, I was like, okay, remember we were supposed to sit on the left side of the room. You said yes, closer, so when they call you, you can hear, because you don't want to take anybody off. And we did all of that, and it was smooth sailing for us. So yeah, we were prepared.
It was a relaxed environment. The interviewer did everything within his power to make us feel comfortable. He broke the ice.
Yeah, he did.
We engaged in a short personal conversation. and then he conducted the interview. So it was pretty relaxed, a really relaxed environment. He explained the process before he started the interview. He said, look, it was my job to do this. I will be asking you the following list of questions. I will be verifying the following list of information. I will be asking the wife questions about the husband. I will be asking the husband questions about the wife. And this is the procedure. And once he explained how the procedure would go, he conducted the interview, and it was over.
Yeah, well, for me, I'm excited, especially, mainly because I get to travel outside of the US. And, that's a good thing because, at the start of the process, they tell you that, you can't leave until you get permission to do so. And then with the EAD, the work card that permits you to travel also temporarily, when you read the fine prints, it says that, this is not a guarantee that you'll be let back into the country when you try to come back. So I was like, you know what, I'm not traveling with this. I'll wait for the green card. And so I'm super excited about being able to travel, go back home, just go on vacation.
Hire an attorney is worth the money.
Hire our attorney, not just an attorney.
Hire an attorney is worth the money. Hire David Nguyen if you want a smooth transition.
Yeah.
The best thing I could tell you about David is if you pick up the phone and you call him, he will respond to you. Yeah. If he doesn't answer the phone and he sends you a text, I'll get back to you. You will hear from him before the close of that business day. His response time is awesome. His commitment to his clients are awesome. And his entire team. He's put together a great team that will answer your questions, and they will work to make this process as painless and as streamlined as possible for you. What else can I say? I mean, I like the guy. So, and I don't like a lot of people.
At David Nguyen's law office, we are here to help you. We bring families together through immigration. And on the other hand, we help you find solutions. All your legal needs in the hands of people who care, who are there for you. We'll take care of your loved ones at the law office of David Nguyen.